Hey guys, UJ here. Sorry about no video last week. Honestly, and I'm being really honest here, I'm suffering from some really bad cabin fever right now due to the UK being back in another lockdown, and also I'm stuck at home working for the past 9 months, and it's actually making me more tired and not really wanting to do anything. But anyway, I decided not to do an unboxing today and do another one of these types of videos where I take a look at the many faces put to one of our Power Ranger characters. This time it's Rita Repulsa. I did do a video like this on Alpha 5 a few months ago, hence I'm now doing Rita. I will also be doing other characters such as Zed, Goldar and Zordon in future videos. So with that out of the way, let's jump into our first one. Barbara Goodson. I mean, do I literally need to give this woman any introduction? Even my mum, who has not seen Power Rangers since I was 9, and I am 32, knows who Barbara is, or certainly her voice. Barbara got the role initially after being approached by Saban. He had a stable of around 30 voice actors, and Barbara had worked for him before, so he approached her and the director told Barbara to perform Rita as the Wicked Witch of the West. She did, and a focus group said that wasn't scary enough, so as such she was fired. Barbara was really pissed off by this, and yes, this is her own words, and said she was just doing as she was directed, so wanted to do it again. Rather than just letting her do it again, the director said, "No, you're still fired, but we are holding auditions next week, so come back and you are welcome to try." So she did, and because they wanted scary, she took all that anger from her rejection to make...
I can't believe they made the thing! I have my way! Destroy a world is all I ask, but do they do it? No!
This iconic voice. Barbara voiced Rita for 5 seasons of Power Rangers, 2 movies, and 1 stage tour. Which leads me nicely into... Tanya Barron. Now, you might know this one, you might not. Tanya Barron was the actress who played Rita in the 1995 Power Rangers World Stage Tour. She was only 3 weeks out of college at the time employed as a dancer, although Rita didn't do much dancing in the show. And I apologise for this terrible footage I've got, it's the only one I can find on YouTube. For some reason the costume was changed to purple. I believe this was on the back of the merchandise because a lot of the merchandise was purple. I can't find any reason why. Maybe they were thinking of bringing Tanya into the show and this is the look they were gonna go for. I don't know. Anyway, that has not held Tanya back. She is very proud of her role in Power Rangers and even states it on her website. She's had an excellent career and even starred in 5 of Britney Spears' music videos. I think you all know who this one is too. Carla Perez was the suit actress for Rita in Power Rangers up until the end of In Space. She got the role after appearing on VR Troopers. Shuki Levy spotted her talent and was like, "I have another role that you could do," to which Carla saw Rita and was like, "That's who you have in mind for me? She's old. Why?" Anyway, they had her try on the costume and she became Rita, having to leave VR Troopers due to her commitment on Power Rangers. There is still a lot of confusion as to who this is though. If you look right at the start of season 2, Rita appears, but her face is never shown in the same shot as Zed. If Rita was shown, it was the Sentai footage. This could have been Barbara Goodson's screen test, as she did initially try on the outfit and was going to act and do the voice, but ultimately they decided to go with an Asian looking actress instead, hence Carla. Carla reprised the role of Rita in 2015 in Adi Shankar's movie Power/Rangers and was her first time voicing Rita on screen. Speaking of movies, Carla did not portray Rita in the 1995 movie. I have a tiny clip from a Comic-Con panel that I cannot now find that Zed, Rita and Goldar all have different voice actors in the movie, but early screen tester kids were all furious by this and then Barbara and the others were brought back. I've no idea if this was true, but if it is, I believe I know why. Alpha 5 suit actress in the 1995 movie, Peter Marie Rickson, states that the movie needs to contain a certain amount of Australian actors as it was being shot in Australia. Now, it's pretty easy for them to cast Goldar, Zed and, well, whatever Mordaunt was, as Australian actors as they are just in suits. Well, I guess they were hoping that as they cast someone who would look kind of similar to Carla, that we wouldn't notice. But anyway, so in came Julia Cortez, and they do look quite similar, but I did notice I was 7 at the time. Well, again, we all know this legend, the late Machiko Soga. We know that Saban used her from the Sentai footage, changing her from Witch Bandora, campy and bitter, to scary Empress Rita. Her image was used for all of Season 1 and small parts of Season 2. However, here is something you might not know, and even Carla Perez didn't know this when I saw her at Blackburn Comic Con, and my camera wiped the footage, thank you cheap memory card, was when Power Rangers, not Zoo Ranger, went over to Japan and dubbed into Japanese, Machiko dubbed over Barbara, dubbing her, and also dubbed over Barbara again when Carla was in the suit. Yeah, I was quite surprised, and also Carla was when I told her. I can't imagine how hard that was for her, as Barbara was already fitting in words just to match Machiko's mouth movements, so to have to do that for dialogue again must have been super difficult. Machiko was featured one final time in Power Rangers playing Rita in Mystic Force Finale. This time Rita was good, playing the Mystic Mother, voiced by... Susan Brady, not Barbara Goodson. You know, I never, ever, ever got this, and not does anyone else in the Power Rangers franchise get it either. If Rita is good now, why was Susan trying to do a half-baked version of Barbara's voice?
You are giving me a headache. How dare you enter my palace? I know firsthand that good magic is more powerful than evil. Dark One, let me show you!
I mean, if she's supposed to be the Mystic Mother, surely she's been purified and reformed, and she's able to then sort of be kind now and doesn't need to have that throaty, scary voice. But it seems Susan was trying to kind of imitate that. And I don't mean to sound critical here, but we are talking about a voice actress. I myself have a studio set up in my house, and I voice acted in a total of 2 roles, and both of these were produced in America. So why couldn't they have just hired a booth for the day in America, or asked Barbara to work from home? Many voice actors have a home set up, and provide a kind Rita Repulsa voice. I mean, she voiced Marl in Final Fantasy VII, and she was a very motherly role.
Huh? Someone's back awful early. Not that I mind. Would you two be dears and swap your filters out for me? I left them in your rooms. Do me a favor. She needs a friend. A real friend.
Okay, this was 15 years after, but you get the idea. Anyway, for whatever reason, they cast Susan, and even though the Sentai had no connection between Witch Bandora and Arch Saint Majil, except for the actress, Machiko had died at the point of them showing it in Mystic Force, but they didn't credit her. But I'm guessing they were kind of thinking it'd be a nice way to remember Rita. I don't know. And finally, Elizabeth Banks. Yes, the 2017 reboot brought many things, including Rita not handing over the power coin, but using it. Personally, I loved Elizabeth Banks' performance as Rita. She was sexy, but sinister, all at the same time. Elizabeth did both voice and acting for the role, obviously. Interestingly, what you might not know is she took inspiration for her Rita from Hela, from Thor in Ragnarok. But what you also might not know is that Machiko Soga, again, who played Queen Hedrian in the Sentai, was actually kind of a version of Hela, taken from the Toei Marvel short-lived relationship. Yeah, so there's another connection. Both Barbara Goodson and Carla Perez expressed interest in reprising their roles for a cameo in the 2017 movie, however they were blown off, with Carla even mentioning at Lexington Comic Con that Saban was still mad at her for playing Rita in the Adi Shankar movie. So that's it. Did you find out something you didn't already know today? Please let me know down in the comments below, as it takes a long time to research these videos. And if you're new here, hit subscribe, as I make new Power Rangers video every single week. I'll see you next week. Bye bye!